Kingy. Who is it crunch time for this weekend?
Well, I think it's crunch time for the Giants, and their tsunami is, the surf's out at the moment, isn't it? It's not the same product that it's been, and I want to have a look at some of the players because there's been a fall off with the returns of some of these guys, and this is damage from ball use. Last year to the last 6 weeks of this current season we're in. So Toby Green's gone from 5th best damaging ball user to 64th. Daniels has dropped off the face of the earth. Lockie Whitfield, who they give all their ball to, has just become an average ball user now. And they go to him a lot. So if you're gonna be that man, you've got to pay the bills. So that's the first part that I want to talk about. And then there's the ball winning side of it. So Tom Green, we've still got last year's Tom Green in our mind, I think, as spectators. Top 3 in the comp, just wins everything. Not the case now. 38th ranked midfielder is just an average AFL mid. Sam Taylor, I think we're the same with Sam. He's not as prolific as what he has been. So what does that look like, and why is the tsunami run aground, or why aren't we seeing it? I don't think they're working anywhere near hard enough as a team. I just pressed play on a random point in the game the other day just to see what's happening. They're not working. They're not really providing an option for the kicker, and inevitably it's forcing them wide. And yet there's often occasions where they bring it back in on the 45, but there's nothing really else to go to. And there's no lateral switch back into the corridor, so it becomes really predictable, really basic play, really boring play. This is not what they want to be. And teams have been good enough to take them out of this, their method, if you like. Look at that, he's got one option, really. That's it. Doesn't quite hit it, game's in chaos, in trouble, Hawks can go the other way and score. Look at this, there's 2 players, 3 players working. Where are the rest? We talk about the tsunami, they've got to run and gun, they've got to go, they've got to take calculated risks, they've got to force the opposition into a crisis in terms of chasing tail and working out where they're going next. Because right now, it's one effort. There's no runners involved. There's no options.
And that comes across in the numbers. So the first 7 weeks, they were 3rd in the competition for marks. You've got to have the balance. The last 7 weeks, they're 18th for marks. They're only taking 76 a game. To that exact point, they're not working and finding the balance to then get the mark, to then get the overlap run and handball receive. So it's breaking down somewhere. They've got some work to do.
I'm always big on damage, right? And I talked about punish all year. Only North Melbourne are least likely to score from a possession now than the Giants in the competition. 17th the last 6 weeks.
It's incredible decline. Josh Kelly back, as we know. Hopefully it'll help. Each week, Joe, we're going to put someone in the gun in a positive way, a top gun, and just do a bit of a deeper dive and tell us a bit more about what the player does and what his strengths are. Yeah,
well, we've got to give some love to the Hawks and what they've been able to do over the last 6 or 7 weeks, and it coincides with the inclusion of Will Day into their team and what he has been able to do. He's an absolute star. We understand that. And for me, when you watch him, and I had a close look during the week, he's one of the only few young mids that's got Bont and Pelly-like traits in regards to his size, to be able to break out of traffic, to be able to be big enough to stand up in traffic, to mark the ball above his head, to do all the aspects of the game. And you can see the numbers there over the last 5 weeks. He does a bit of everything. So he can do it on the inside, he can do it on the outside, he can play, we know, behind the ball as well. So it's really impressive. So when you take a look at some of the vision, I've just got little aspects of everything. So he's maybe not necessarily elite yet at the moment in any category, but just watch the decision making here. So he's get a handball inboard, no, that was picked off, goes back outboard. He's got the composure that the Marcus Bontempelli has. Here he is with the size and the strength to match up against a big midfielder, to stand there and just take it cleanly and to feed the ball on the outside. Then he's got this toughness. Like, this is a genuine 50-50 ball against one of the toughest players in the competition, and he puts his head over it and goes and wins it. And then we know he's got this aerial ability to play behind the ball and then take off and use his assets and get to work. So I just think it's been a big shift in the Hawthorn midfield since his inclusion. Look at this. Like, not many players that are his size at over 190 can do this and almost kick the goal of the year if he had been able to finish it off. He tried to create, didn't quite work out. So I love the way that he's going about it, and it's helped Newcomb and it's helped Warple. And it's just made their game look so much better. So even that, the mark overhead and then to kick on his left, I mean, there's high talent right there.
He's their centre forward player for me. He's that Dustin Martin role, in at centre bounces and go forward. Yeah. He's a goal kicker, this guy. I think you can get 25 to 30 goals out of him in that role. When they arrive as a team, he will probably be that player centre forward.
It's a terrible game of footy. Yeah, I'm perfectly honest, a horrific game of footy. So, we're a part of it sort of thing, but it's not a game that I love.
It's interesting. So they had 19 backwards kicks, we had 6. So I thought we went forward. Felt we took it on. We had 8 minutes slow play, the opposition had 20 minutes slow play. So But I'm not really here to talk about it, really. We know it's a challenge. So the bottom line is we need to score more.
He's not here to talk about it. What did you think?
Don't ever challenge Rossi on the stats. He knows his numbers.
does.
He knows.
Do you think they listen to the outside noise? Do you think that Ross is answering the critics everywhere, or do you think he just doesn't care?
No, I don't think he cares one bit.
Yeah.
No.
So
I
it's
think
all
he's
just
feeling any
No.
heat in that.
No, because they'd have the numbers.
Why would he
fine.
bother going with all that stuff then?
You've got to answer the questions you're getting asked. You've got to be prepared, Hutto.
Okay, speaking of prepared, it is time for the firecracker questions, all right? This is just short and sharp.
Righto.
Answer as quickly as you can.
Okay.
No.
Number one, is there a better defensive trio in the AFL than Pearce, Ryan and Clark?
Yes, I'm sure there is.
Not this year at the moment, no.
Thank you, David. Is Jamara definitely going to be a star?
Definitely, yes, for me.
Not quite. I thought he would be. Not quite convinced yet.
Is Collingwood the biggest threat to Sydney for this year's premiership?
Carlton for me.
Yes.
Collingwood for you?
Yep.
Could Wardlaw or Sheasel be captain as soon as next year?
No, that would be unhealthy.
They could, but I don't think they should.
Is the Giants' midfield too slow?
Not with Josh Kelly back in, no.
And Cornelia. Stupid question.
If Port... Okay, that changes things. If Port were playing in the grand final this weekend, would you pick Charlie Dixon?
Oh, it depends on how fit and available he is. Yes, I would. I'd pick Charlie Dixon, yep.
I want Ollie Lord to have a good run at it. So jury's out for me. It's Lord's position to take.
True or false, Brisbane's best football is as good as anyone's?
False.
True.
Okay. Dusty or Gazza Jr.?
Nah, Gaz Jr. He's the best in the modern era.
Gaz
Correct.
Jr.
Gaz Senior for mine. Is Liam Baker...
Are you playing, eh?
Is Liam Baker too much of a heart and soul player to let go?
No one's irreplaceable.
No.
Okay. Bye-bye, Liam. And is Massimo D'Ambrosio the best off-season recycled recruit given he's just turned 21?
No. Brody Grundy for me.
Yep, agree.
Yep.
Good.
No.
On who?
Brody Grundy.
Oh, okay.
I liked it.
Second best?
Would you believe third best?
All right. Time for you blokes to give me something, because you didn't then.
You said punchy. It had to be short and sharp.
That's all right.
All right.
King didn't even answer half of them. King,
I answered all of them.
what is your absolute for the weekend?
That segment is on life support already. My certainty or absolute is that Windhager terrorises Lachie Neale like he did a couple of years ago. In round 22 of 2022, he kept him to 16 touches, 5 uncontested possessions. I think he can do it again, and Ross would be mad not to do that to Lachie.
Hopefully yours is better, Joey.
No, that's as absolute as you will get that one. My one is the Crows midfielders' heads are going to be spinning, trying to chase Warner, Gordon, Heaney. I guarantee you one of those three will be best on ground. I just don't know which one.
All right, what about your Ruffy Kingy?
Nick Dacos to have a PB. 42 possessions is his PB at the moment. He'll get that.
I'll throw in. If Nick Dacos doesn't play, I reckon the Kangas are a chance to win that.
My Ruffy, Dusty kicked 4 on grand final day 2020. He's only kicked 4 goals twice since then. He'll wind back the clock and kick at least 4 against the Hawks on Saturday.
Kangas beat Collingwood.
Could. Outside chance.